Good morning, all. My name is Neopany. I am from Bhutan. I am Bhutanese refugee. I came to Utah in June 2013. Right now, I am working at University Nebula Partners and also volunteering at Bhutanese Community Utah. So, I am going to read out a proclamation. Whereas the United Nations General Assembly in its Resolution 5576 designated June 28 as World Refugee Day to honor the courage, resilience, and determination of millions of refugees worldwide who have been forced to flee their homes due to conflict, resolution, and natural disasters. And whereas the global refugee crisis remains one of the most pressing humanitarian challenges of our time, with millions of people uprooted from their communities, leaving behind everything they know and love, and seeking safety and a better future for themselves and their families. And whereas World Refugee Day provides an opportunity for us to raise awareness about the plight of refugees and to express solidarity with them, recognizing their contribution to our societies and reaffirming our commitment to protecting their rights and ensuring their well-being. And whereas there are over 65,000 refugees in Utah, almost all of them residing in the Salt Valley. Last year, we welcomed an additional 1,575 refugees and are expecting to match that number again this year. And whereas there are over 80 refugee community groups working to better the lives of refugees and all in our community. And whereas we also recognize the remarkable efforts of humanitarian organizations, non-governmental organizations, and individuals who provide life-saving assistance, protection, and support to refugees, obtained at a great personal sacrifice. And whereas Salt City's Mayor Office has over 68 partners actively working to support and improve the lives of refugees who live here. And whereas Know Your Neighbor has managed 607 volunteers for a total of 19,000 plus volunteer hours. Almost 800 refugees were supported by the program in the last year. And whereas Salt City acknowledges that every refugee has a unique story and that their experiences, skills, and perspectives enrich our diverse societies and contribute to our collective progress. And whereas it is crucial to address the root causes of forced displacement, promote peace, stability, and respect for human rights, and work towards durable solutions, including voluntary repatriation, local integration, or resettlement, in collaboration with governments, international organizations, civil societies, and private sectors. And whereas Salt City is a welcoming city to all refugees and support integration efforts through Know Your Neighbor program, a partnership between the Salt City Mayor's Office and Refugee Services Office, connecting local volunteers with refugees in Utah to assist with the variety of needs and create a welcoming and inclusive environment. Now, therefore, I, Erin, Mendenhall, Mayor of Salt City, proclaim June 2023 as World Refugee Day in Salt City. June 2023, Erin Mendenhall, Mayor. Thank you so much.
Is most of all hope, because every day when you wake up, you know you're hoping that it's going to be a better day today. So in my role as the coordinator at the Refugee Services Office, I work with families, especially women. And I see how they work very hard trying to improve their lives and those of their families. And also, they put a lot of energy to just try and change because this is a second chance for everybody who's coming from a war-torn country. And you don't want to waste your second chance. You want to make the best of it. So they are very hardworking, and especially the women. They really strive to provide their children the necessary education so that they can have equal opportunity like everybody else. So what I would say is every mother, wherever she is, no matter how, whatever her economic, socio-economic background is, we all desire one thing. We want our children to be safe, we want them to be housed, we want them to have food, and most of all, we want them to have good education so that they can contribute to the country they are in, or they can go back home and contribute where they came from. Despite the challenges refugees face during resettlement, because it's a new country that you're coming to, and it's really difficult to start over no matter what services you're receiving. But we can confidently affirm that Salt Lake City and Utah generally welcomes refugees. The kindness by Utah citizens and the unique refugee programs offered have made resettling much, much easier. For example, we have the Know Your Neighbor program, which is a volunteer program initiated by the Salt Lake City Mayor's Office and the State Refugee Office. This program actually matches volunteers from local volunteers with refugees to just so that they can get good integration and also so that they can exchange their culture, their language. It's both ways very, 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 very successful. So programs like this have made everything much easier for us. The refugees are working very hard and they bring diversity, they bring new culture, they bring new language skills. So in conclusion, I think I would like to address my community, the refugee community, particularly the younger generation. So embarking on a new career or just starting a new life does not happen overnight. There are very many hurdles and challenges that you have to go through. But so it requires patience, it requires time, persistence, consistency, dedication, all those things. But the American dream is attainable. Utilize all the available resources and opportunities that are made available for you. Never forget your roots, because if you don't know where you came from, you will never know where you're going. And your community, all of us are here to support you on your journey. Thank you.
Buenos días. My name is Leticia Alvarez Gutierrez, and I'm a proud daughter of immigrants. And so with that, I'm honored to read the Proclamation for Immigrants. Whereas June is Immigrant Heritage Month, a time to recognize and celebrate the rich tapestry of cultures, traditions, and achievements brought by our nation and by immigrants. And whereas the United States has been built on the strength, diversity, and contributions of immigrants who have journeyed this land from every corner of the world, seeking new opportunities, freedom, and better life for themselves and their families. Whereas immigrants have played an integral role in shaping the history, economy, arts, education, social fabric, and the very foundation of our country, enriching our society with diverse perspectives, cultures, talents, and innovation. And whereas Salt Lake City acknowledges the hardships and sacrifices endured by immigrants throughout history and honors their resilience, determination, and unwavering belief in the American dream. And whereas we also recognize that immigrants contribute to the vitality and growth of our communities, creating jobs, starting businesses, strengthening neighborhoods, and fostering cultural exchange, and whereas it is essential to promote inclusion, respect, and understanding among all members of society, regardless of their immigration status, and to ensure that every individual is afforded equal rights, protections, and opportunities, and whereas we appreciate the tireless effort of immigrant rights advocates, community organizations, and individuals who work tirelessly to empower immigrants, defend their rights, and promote a more inclusive and welcoming society. Now, therefore, I, Erin Mendenhall, Mayor of Salt Lake City, proclaim June 2023 as Immigrant Heritage Month in Salt Lake City.
So, can you come back and tell us your name? Yes.
No problem, I get called different things and I answer Michelle, Michael, Makia. It's Michael Martial, but my stage name is the Caribbean Nightingale.
Thank you. Well, that concludes this portion of the event. I want to thank the speakers. Thank you so much for coming and joining us, and also spreading your positive influence in our community. Really appreciate that. And now we are going to take a moment and mingle. That's what we're going to do. I also realized that today I dressed like a flight attendant for no reason. It was too late to change, so now you can get out of your seats and get some refreshments. And then the second portion will begin at 10:30.